Yeah, Albion Theatre was something that I set up with a couple of other people about 3 or 4 years ago. We're now into our third full season, and we just specialise in doing plays from Britain and Ireland. So we're up to, I think, about our number, we're coming up to number 9 show, I think, at the moment. What we try and do when we teach accents is not to get them perfect. Accents are very hard to do. We find, very few, even the most highly paid film actors or professional actors, often struggle to get a consistently realistic accent. If we did actual accents the way they are spoken, the audience would have problems understanding it. So we try and do a combination of getting the sounds approximately right. We use an expression, we try not to make any member of the audience who might be from Britain cringe. I was originally from the northwest of England, about halfway between Manchester and Liverpool. So I have a northern or Lancastrian accent. And so if you were doing a Lancashire accent, one of the things you'd hear, for example, is that now I say, because I've trained myself not to say it the other way, I took a book and looked at it. In my original accent, I would say, I took a book and looked at it. The main thing we focus on is some of the consonants. Americans tend to, particularly around the T sound, tend to say things like 20, not 20. So we'll stress the t's and the does and words like that, because that really would help to distinguish them. So that's one of them. Vowel sounds we try and do as well, but as you heard from the Luke and Book, those vowels change quite a lot, but the A sound is one that's a big one. So if you're in the south of England, you might, particularly if you were or thought you were well educated or upper class, you would say things like bath and path, an R, a very long A. Then we'll look at pronouncing words. Obviously there's some things that people are familiar with, like tomato and tomato. They're clear, but other things like, instead of saying process, in Britain you might say process, or progress and progress. Those things are very noticeable differences. Are quite easy to do once you get used to them. So that's the idea, is we're trying to get it consistent, some of the sounds, and also get some of the tones. So for example, in Britain, most people, if they ask a question, will raise their voice at the end. So they'll go, "How are you today?" You hear it going up. Whereas in American, it does not tend to go up. So, and there's more variation inside the sentence. We'll go up and down more using that tone to give expression. So that's the sort of thing we work on.